Joining us today is the spectacular Jess King. Huge thank you and gratitude for your time. Happy Cannes 2024.
Happy Cannes.
Thank
Happy
you.
Pride.
Happy Pride.
Yeah.
What's it been like so far?
I mean, this is a dream come true, totally. I do feel like I dreamed up an experience like this because connecting with individuals who are excited and passionate about their lives is very exciting to me. So that's kind of what it's been about. And it's been a lot about the music for me too. I got to DJ yesterday outside to speak from that panel. So being able to, it feels like play, but I am here working, but it generally just feels like the time of my life. I'm so honored to be here.
Oh my goodness, and it's such a privilege having you here. I want to talk a little bit, if I may, looking at one of the beliefs that you've put out there, and missions, if you will, that you look to help people heal from the inside out. Right, and that you talk about this being an incredible community to start that journey. What's driving that for you?
I think what's driving that is my own commitment to my own healing. And like in anything in life, when you learn something new, you want to share it. So because I'm so deeply committed and invested in my own healing experience, I'm constantly sharing and drawing others in to connect and realize they're not so alone, and that we all go through hard times, but confronting them with a lot of compassion and then the support of the people around you is incredibly powerful and transformative. And I think, one of the main reasons why I'm here is to talk about a new media outlet that I'm launching with Cargo and what we're doing with Fabric and their multicultural amplification program is so exciting because I'll be able to take these conversations and tidbits of inspiration and storytelling that I do on the Peloton platform and be able to elaborate and really share my voice and share my perspective, the perspective of a queer Latin woman, which I feel like is, not so represented, especially in editorial space. So being able to have these conversations and then bring other creative, diverse voices to the table and give them a platform as well, it's, really, really a dream come true.
That's so powerful. That's so powerful. Congratulations on all the hard work for making that happen. But if I can start with just what is exciting you, full stop, about everything right now, if I may. Such a big question.
Yeah, I think music has always been something that moves and excites me. And music and movement have been my personal saviors, and being able to combine those two things at Peloton has been the last decade of my life. And now I'm combining it on the dance floor for real by DJing, and it just feels like such a beautiful extension of what's next. But I'm really, really driven by connection and the need and desire to be of service. I believe in my light, and I know it is important for me to shine. And for me, that I shine brightest when the music is loud and when I'm moving my body with a group of people and really just getting high from our own supply, if you will. That drives me every single day. It drives me to work out. It drives me to make music. It drives me to be a better mom and be a better person in the world. It's just by knowing that I have this mission and I have to shine as bright as possible. Hence this neon dress, We are shining bright today, honey.
Absolutely, you are shining, absolutely. The even more powerful thing about that statement and the work that you do, Jess, is that you ensure that people who are working with you shine as well. You find the light in them and you amplify that. How do you think attitudes towards health and fitness, well-being, wellness, journey to healing, how do you think that's changed in people from the work that you're doing and you're seeing?
I think a genuine curiosity has been sparked because I don't approach movement from the lens of punishment. You're not here to punish yourself for what you ate yesterday or what you look like or what you think you're supposed to. Let's move our bodies from this place of joy and reverence and gratitude. And I think when people wake up to the fact that it's not a crash diet, diet or this fitness plan to get you fit right now, which yes, you will get fit, but it is more that like it's a lifestyle of waking up to your own potential and realizing that, oh, I don't want to live in potential, I want to live in my power. And so when I call people into that on a daily basis, I genuinely believe that they are being that out in the world, right? In their own power. And it's really important when,
Even in what you're saying, shifting or moving people from potential into their power, I mean, that's huge. You know, so you're doing that for people what does that for you?
I think I'm touched with my own blessed unrest.
Drops the mic.
I've always had this rhythm in me, this drum that's like, you just have to keep going, you have to keep going. And I think what's interesting about, you know, how I serve individuals is that by doing so, it fulfills me, it fulfills my purpose. My purpose is to serve myself and others. And by serving others, I then, you know, it's reciprocal in the same way that love is, you know?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What a wonderful way of looking at it. There must be times when it's rough or it's tough. You shared with me, if I can say this, you shared that you have 2 children.
Yes.
They're at an age where, you know, there is no other
Help.
person.
Send help.
Send help.
Send help.
What's your hype line when you get into those situations where it's challenging and it gets you back up and running? Do you have a hype line that you say to yourself?
I don't know if it's hype, but the one that I've been saying lately is I am an eternal being having a temporary human experience. And it reconnects me to spirit, which, you know, you say I'm inspiring, and that means I'm living in spirit. That is the root of inspiration, in spirit, inspirited. This umbrella deserves an award for winning.
It really does.
Really
you
does.
deserve an award.
Thank you.
You should have run down the croissant with that.
Move over, Halle Berry.
Here we go. You delivered a very powerful thought in terms of being an internal being.
Yeah,
right?
it pulls me back into this too shall pass. This moment is forever.
Yeah.
I start to get very excited and start to build a lot of resonance at who am I going to be on the other side of this? What are the lessons that I'm learning right now that I just know are setting the foundation for more, for the abundance, for, you know, I really, instead of focusing on scarcity, I really lean into gratitude and building a lot of love and resonance around the desire.
You are certainly doing that.
But you're right. Shit gets hard sometimes,
It's
hard, real.
Right?
And what do I do about it in the moment? Sometimes I don't try and affirmation mantra my way out of it. I just use it and keep it real and show up real. And I think that's what makes me relatable. Is I'm not like, hey, this is not bullshit. I had a bad day. Let's go.
Right.
You know. So.
And people start just cycling
like, hey,
and working.
Me too, you know?
Yeah. Hence, this is the reason why they describe you as spicy. That's exactly how they do that.
Yeah, another word for authentic.
Authentic,
you know?
real and genuine. I certainly am feeling that right now, being with you, so thank you. Can you imagine not doing what you're doing?
No. I would find my stage. I would find it. Performing is a lifeline for me. Creating is a lifeline for me. So
good.
Whether it was the Peloton stage or another, I have to express myself or I'm not well, so yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand. New generations coming through. As a father of a 13-year-old daughter, it's just the two of us. I couldn't help but feel my chest swell up with pride. There are people paving the way for her. There are underrepresented communities still in wellness and well-being. What are some of the things that drive you to champion their presence, whether it's in health and wellness or just in the world in general?
Well, I think I champion people to generate or understand awareness around the energy that they feel in their bodies and experience in their lives, and champion them to communicate. So developing an EQ, if you will, alongside with an IQ and your physical intelligence, it's all at play as well, but really understanding that we don't need to be afraid of our emotions. It is just energy in motion. And when I had a son, I was floored. I thought for sure I was going to have a girl. So when I had a boy, I thought, yes, this is an opportunity for me to leave my imprint in a way that is not passing on my generational trauma, not passing on my bullshit, doing my own healing, doing my own work, so that I can raise him from this honest, compassionate, caring lens of being able to communicate how you feel and not be shamed or wrong for that in a world that says men can't cry or boys can't have feelings. No, yes, everyone has feelings. And through the work that I do at Peloton, I seek to deconstruct all of those stigmas around who is allowed to feel what and when. And I give a safe space for my audience to be whoever they are, whatever chapter in their lives, a relationship to fitness they have at the moment, and say, it's okay, you're allowed to be here just like this. This is enough. You are born enough. So I say the same to everyone that I meet, and I'll say it to you. You were born naturally creative, resourceful, and whole. You were born whole. No one can ever change that about you.
Thank you, Jess.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's so special. Thank you so much. I mentioned at the beginning of our conversation, and so did you, acknowledging the work that you've been doing in launching a new platform. If I may, it's on the record, right?
Yeah. Get on the record is the handle, but Jess King on the record.
Yeah.
About to talk about some things I've never talked about before.
And
so I'm
you're
excited.
sharing unfiltered insights into your journey, right? And it's through motherhood, entertainment, music, movement, well-being. What was the impetus behind that?
So I have been journaling my whole life, and journaling has been a safe space for me to just let it rip and document my life experiences, document my healing, my insights, and my stories. And this is an opportunity to connect with my audience in a way that expands that conversation beyond social media caption, beyond the mic drop on the bike moment. It's like, hey, let's have this conversation. Let's talk about this common life experience that we all share. I think what I uniquely do is I'm able to filter through the binary and speak directly to the human experience and land at a place where we all resonate, can all relate to, whether it's times in our life, relationships, heartbreaks, being a parent, being part of culture and being part of the zeitgeist, and also just being a person. And so it's a lot about being well, but from the lens of a queer Latin woman, which, we all need representation. And
Amen.
I'm excited that this platform also is able to bring more representation, not just to me, but it employs a whole host of creators that are diverse and represent categories of LGBTQ+, categories of Black, Brown, marginalized, Hispanic, API, like everyone. And so I'm really, really excited for that, because as someone who finds themselves in this unique kind of middle ground, we're not influencers in the way that some might think of an influencer, and we're not like celebrity in the way that you think of like an actor or someone. We're actually who we really are,
right.
And we do have a tremendous amount of influence, and with that influence comes responsibility.
That's
and I really wanted a place that wasn't me just like putting up a post on social media, say, oh, I stand for this thing, and then just not letting it do much. It just felt like, I hear you, I need to say something, I want to say something. How is the best way to do that? It's like, okay, you get to hear my voice, but let's hear about a whole symphony of people.
Yes.
So if I have the opportunity to create a platform for others beyond just sharing their stories and Instagram posts, and just say, well, let's dive in, let's contribute to this. I want to hear from your perspective. What do you think about this? But not just like, what's your perspective on being queer? No, what's your perspective on being a person?
That's right.
Right? What was my perspective?
In today's times.
Right. What was my experience going through fertility and becoming a parent from the lens of a queer person, which really the conversation in general for women doesn't exist very openly or candidly, and that's starting to change. I'm excited about, especially not for Black and brown women who are severely underserved in this category, and I'm really excited. My girl Elaine Welteroth is doing some really amazing work there, and so I'm just so stoked to have this conversation of, hey, you ever thought about what it's like for two queer people to have a family?
That's right.
It's radically different.
It's radically different.
And it's a way to educate. It's a way to give voice and visibility to the people in those similar experiences, which I know are so many people out there. and just a place to come together and connect. And it's more than just written content. We're excited about a podcast component to this, audio content, and really just like a home base in the same way that my journal was a home for me, for people to come and just be raw and get on the record.
And it's open to everyone.
Of course, yes.
I'm going to get on the record. I know our CEO, Val, will get on the record most definitely.
Love it.
Thank you for creating that space. Mm-hmm. Thank you for creating this space. It's been an absolute pleasure. Beyond Cannes, I wish you a safe journey back home, back to your young ones.
Yes.
I wish you only good stuff for your journey, as no doubt you will always achieve that, And thank you so much from the heart for making time for me.
Pele, I appreciate you. I received what you said. I'm very touched. And happy belated Father's Day to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.